there's no way that Yung Joc thought he would get away with this. So brace yourself, because the receipts just came in and Kendra Robinson isn't playing. The man whom you defended, stood by, and even married turns out to have been creeping around with his ex before you two even said, "I do." Chilly, the streets are chatting, and Karli Red's name is all over this mess. But wait, it gets worse. While Kendra was out there telling the world that she trusted Joc, well, let's just say that trust is officially dead and buried. So, what did Kendra do when she found out? How did Karli react? Most importantly, how did Yung Joc explain this one? Stay locked in, because this tea is hot. Yung Joc and Kendra Robinson were supposed to be the couple that defied all odds. The lawyer, the rapper, the boss lady, and the reformed player. We were all rooting for them. However, guess what? Kendra was out here, playing wife, while Yung Joc was out. By the time we're done, someone's career and relationship might not survive. So you guys need to talk, because this isn't just drama. This is straight up reality TV gold. I'm not playing games, but the internet just exploded with a scandal that has everyone wondering if this marriage was ever real in the first place. According to some very trustworthy sources, Kendra recently discovered that Yung Joc had been having an affair with Karli Red just before their wedding, and she is proof. Yes, we're not talking about a rumor or some dubious direct message. We're talking about actual, indisputable receipts, screenshots, messages, and even video evidence. So let's dissect this completely, because if you thought Joc was just a messy guy a few years ago, baby, you haven't seen anything yet. First, let's talk about the timeline, because this scandal doesn't add up. Kendra and Yung Joc got married in November 2021. In the lead up to the wedding, Kendra was out there giving interviews about how she had finally found the man of her dreams, while Yung Joc was allegedly creeping around. Let's pause right here, because anyone who has followed Joc and Karli's messy situationship over the years knows this isn't even shocking. For years, the two have been playing this toxic back-and-forth game. One minute, Karli is vehemently declaring that Joc is her true love, and the next, she's calling him a liar and a cheater and dragging him on national television. But somehow, they always end up back together. But this time they went too far. Because if these accusations are accurate, Karli Red wasn't just a side chick. She was the side chick while Kendra Robinson was busy organizing a whole wedding. And a lot of mess. This is where things get crazy, though. According to a very close source, someone slid into Kendra's DMs and dropped a whole folder of evidence. And you guys, it's not looking good. We're talking about screenshots of texts, call logs, and even a mysterious hotel surveillance video that purports to show Yung Joc and Karli entering the same room late at night. Oh my god. I don't know about the rest of you, but if my man is entering a hotel room with his ex just weeks before our wedding, I'm calling off the entire thing. Turns out, Kendra said that's exactly what she wanted to do. But wait, this story takes a wild turn. After Kendra confronted Joc with the receipts, the man had the gall to try to lie to her. He actually looked her in the face and said, "It's not what it looks like. Boy, if you don't get out of here." Not what it looks like. That's what I thought, Joc. Because as far as I can tell, grown men don't just stroll into a hotel room with their ex-partners to study the Bible. Make it make sense. And Kendra? Well, she wasn't having it. Because as you all know, she's a lawyer. And if there's one thing lawyers are good at, it's catching people in their tracks. So, of course, she hit him with the classic. So, you're saying that all of the hotel security tapes, text messages, and phone records are lying? Baby, you could actually hear crickets in the background. Joc had nothing to say. And the most absurd thing? Kendra was still willing to make it work. Despite everything, Kendra genuinely loved this man and thought he could change. So, she was willing to forgive him. However, after all that betrayal, she still wanted to make it work. But Joc made the worst mistake of his life. Rather than owning up to his actions, he doubled down and played the victim, telling Kendra that she was overreacting and allowing other people to ruin their marriage. Sir, what? How are you going to cheat and then flip it on her like that? Kendra realized she was dealing with a man who had no remorse, and gaslighting her, saying that her friends were the problem, was the last straw. If he could lie to her face like that now, what would stop him from doing it again? Him from doing it again in the future. Kendra did what any respectable woman would do. She packed her bags and left. But this is just the beginning. Because if you think Kendra will overlook this, oh sweetheart, you are mistaken. Rumor has it that she is already speaking with divorce attorneys, and that Joc is shook, phoning, texting, and even showing up at her workplace to beg her to take him back. However, Kendra is not responding, and to be honest, I don't blame her. At this point, Joc has messed up too many times. So, if he assumed that Kendra would simply forgive and move on, he has another thing coming. This story is far from over. And if you thought that Kendra packing her bags was the end of it, you're in for a surprise, because the real drama is just getting started. Trust me, you won't want to miss part 2. Stay tuned, because the next chapter in this scandal will be even messier. Word on the street is that Kendra is not just filing for divorce, she's coming for everything. Now, let's go back a little, because if you truly want to understand why Kendra is done, you have to know what happened after she left. Kendra wasn't just leaving quietly, she was leaving with a vengeance. And Yung Joc was about to learn the hard way what happens when you play with the wrong woman. Yung Joc went into full damage control mode. This man was desperate. He was calling Kendra more than 20 times a day, leaving voicemails saying things like, "Baby, I messed up. Please just talk to me." He was also showing up at her job without warning, acting like a stalker, and even sliding into her best friend's DMs, pleading with them to persuade her to return. But Kendra wasn't having any of it, because for the first time, she realized just how pitiful this man truly was. And Kendra? Oh, she was about to make sure everyone knew. Because you know this woman isn't just a lawyer, she's a powerhouse. And she knows exactly how to hit a man where it hurts, his pockets, his reputation, and his peace of mind. Joc wasn't sorry, he was just afraid. Afraid of losing her. Afraid of his entire reputation being ruined. Afraid that the world would realize what a low-down, cheating, lying, fake-ass husband he really was. While speaking with some of the top divorce lawyers in the industry, Kendra discovered that Yung Joc wasn't just a rapper, he was also a businessman. He owned several clubs in Atlanta, hosted a radio show, and made a nice little living from love and hip-hop. However, Georgia is a state that enforces alimony laws. And guess who didn't sign a prenup? Yung Joc. Oh, Jesus. Let's talk about what Kendra is requesting in this case. Joc must have gone insane if he thought he was just going to walk away and keep all his money. Because the courts aren't playing with him, and neither is Kendra. But wait, this is where it gets even messier. Because she isn't just leaving empty-handed, she's coming for her fair share. Sources claim that Kendra wants money. She wants a piece of his clubs. And a portion of his radio earnings. Karli went on Instagram Live and started talking. And let me tell you what she said. Oh, it was disgusting. Now, before I tell you what Karli said, let's get one thing straight. Karli is a certified professional clout chaser. She lives for mess. She breeds drama. And if there's one thing she's going to do, it's make herself the center of attention. So, of course, she had to jump in when she saw that the internet was dragging Joc. And she didn't hold back. This is what happened when Karli went live on Instagram. At first, she was acting innocent, saying she just wanted to clear up some things. But then she started exposing Joc's dirty laundry like a damn laundromat. She said, "Look, I'm not no homewrecker. Joc was lying to both of us, telling me that Kendra was aware of me and that he was never going to marry her. And let's face it, I wasn't the only side chick." Excuse me, baby, what did she just say? She said that Joc told her Kendra was okay with it. But she also said that there were other women involved. Oh my god. And y'all, that's when it really hit Kendra. When she learned about this, she lost it. She went into full-on scorched earth mode. Now, she's not just coming for Joc's money, she's coming for his entire career. Because the crazy part? Kendra is thinking about exposing Joc on national television. According to sources, she has been in discussions with producers about sharing her side of the story on a major talk show. Not just any talk show. Major networks, like The Breakfast Club, The Shade Room, and possibly even Oprah's own network. Joc, you're in danger, boy. Let's take a moment to consider this carefully. Because if Kendra goes on TV and shares the whole truth, it's over for Joc. He's already struggling to keep his clubs open. His radio job could be on the chopping block. And his reputation? Kendra's next move was a knockout punch. She leaked an entire thread of private messages between Joc and Karli. And let me tell you, it didn't look good for Joc. His body language screamed guilt. His tone was defensive. And his eyes? Pure panic. Fans quickly dissected every second of the video, claiming that if he were truly innocent, he wouldn't be acting so nervous. But the messages? They were even worse. They revealed that Joc had been in touch with Karli behind Kendra's back. Flirtatious late-night conversations. Mentions of keeping things on the down low so Kendra wouldn't find out. And the worst part? These texts were from before the divorce. Once they hit social media, it was an explosion. Karli, who had been mostly silent up until this point, had no choice but to respond by going live on Instagram. Kendra is upset because Joc doesn't want her anymore. But no one was buying that sad story. The public wasn't dumb. Karli's timing, the wording of those texts, the shady tone, everything pointed to Joc and Karli playing games behind Kendra's back. And now, Joc's truth was about to be exposed for good. It took Kendra so long to expose him. Well, a close friend of Joc's, someone who had been in his circle for years, went on a podcast and spilled even more tea. Listen, I've been around Joc for a long time, and there's no way Kendra is lying about this. Joc has been doing this stuff for years. He just got sloppy this time, and Kendra was smart enough to keep receipts. And then the bombshell came. Kendra went live on Instagram from what looked like a lawyer's office. She was calm, serious, and looked like she was ready for war. I stayed silent for too long and tried to handle this privately, but now I'm taking legal action. I'm officially suing Yung Joc for financial fraud and infidelity. Boom. This wasn't just a messy breakup anymore, it was a full-blown lawsuit. Fraud? Infidelity? Joc, you are in deep trouble. In addition to the cheating scandal, things had just taken a serious turn, now with potential legal repercussions. Joc's legal team wasted no time responding to the accusations, claiming that Kendra was fabricating stories and only seeking attention and money. But here's the thing, the damage had already been done. Public opinion had shifted. Kendra had played her cards brilliantly, building up the tension, gathering all the evidence, and then delivering the ultimate revenge move, a lawsuit. Now, fans were demanding the details of the fraud. According to Kendra's close friends and family, she accused Joc of secretly transferring funds from their joint accounts into private accounts under his name, without her knowledge. If this is true, it's not just a betrayal, it's a serious crime. And of course, the media went wild. Interviews were lined up, old videos of Joc making questionable statements resurfaced, and the public started to question his every move. As the lawsuit gained momentum, it seemed like Joc's past had finally caught up with him. Old allegations and scandals resurfaced, and people began looking back at his history. Brands quietly pulled their sponsorships, and club appearances were canceled left and right. At this point, Joc had two choices, fight back or settle behind closed doors. But before he could make a move, another bombshell dropped. A woman completely unrelated to Kendra came forward and claimed that she, too, had been involved with Joc while he was still married. She dropped screenshots, voice notes, and implied that there were even more women with similar stories. This was the final straw. Joc deleted all his social media accounts and went completely silent, leading everyone to wonder, was he planning to confront Kendra? Was he negotiating a private